What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to jump on here and provide some reassurance for you. If you woke up today and checked Blockfolio or checked your crypto portfolio, however you check your crypto investments, and were very sad, or perhaps you have been thinking about it all day, wondering what you should do now, if you should be selling, if you should be getting out of crypto altogether, and just kind of provide you with some basic advice to not do anything on days like today, where if we look on on CoinMarketCap, we can see that pretty much no, actually every single top 100 is in the red except for Tether, and Tether doesn't count as we know. Um, Anywhere from like 20 to 30% seems to be the average. Um, this was meant to happen. We needed this correction, especially in altcoins. Altcoins have been going crazy. I think they've been way overvalued. And I think the market has just been looking for some kind of news to drive the prices back down to, I don't know if we're going into a bear market necessarily, a longer term bear market, but we certainly needed a correction, and we definitely got one today in just 24 hours. If we go here to 7 day, the total market cap has gone down in just 24 hours from about 700 billion down to now 528 billion. That's a lot. That's a lot to leave the market in just 24 hours. But as I warned you guys before, you have to expect this volatility. You have to expect to wake up on certain days and be very sad. And you have to have a plan in place, whether you're in this for the long term or short term. You have to have a plan so that you can handle these days mentally, which I know is very difficult to do. I'm not saying that I'm impervious to this, that I'm immune to these kinds of these swings when just yesterday, my portfolio was much bigger. However, you have to have a plan in place, and that's why I've been advising some people. Again, none of this is actual advice, investment advice. I'm no expert at all. I've just been through many of these kinds of cycles, these swings, for 4 years now, and this is the time to hold. And a few days ago was the time to start to take profits. Again, the market has been looking for news, and news we have gotten. Basically, we'll go here on Google and search for Bitcoin, and we'll go to the news if my browser would load. You can see here, if you're listening on the podcast, all the top stories are negative. And they probably will continue to be negative because people are looking for a reason why the price has gone down. I definitely try to keep up on news, but just like real life news, I never try to watch the news because it's always negative. And a lot of times people are searching for negative news or searching for that confirmation bias to justify perhaps leaving the market, selling. You can see Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies tumble on government crackdown worries. Bitcoin's futures drop 20%, blah, blah, blah. Bitcoin, all other cryptocurrencies collapse. And then you have the news articles telling you about South Korea and China. Again, South Korea and China are South Korea more than China is a question mark, and people are trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen in that market. I personally believe that regulation is good for cryptocurrency because it legitimizes it and makes investors feel safer. So as these kinds of things happen, I think it's just part of the game, and part of this kind of growing industry as people are learning about crypto and starting to put their money in without actually knowing what they're putting their money into. Perhaps sometimes they're investing in ICOs that are scams, or ICOs that don't have any intention of having a product or having a long-term plan. They just want to be a money grab. And I think that sometimes it is important for governments to step in and protect people that aren't putting in their research. A lot of my friends aren't putting in research. They're just investing in names, in coins, because they are taking off. And again, if they haven't taken profits, perhaps they are back down to where they started, or actually losing money, depending on when they enter the market. Again, though, I think that this is a really good opportunity, especially if this is your first time experiencing a big dip like this. This isn't the biggest dip that's ever happened, and it could go even lower, which is why I'm not personally buying any more right now. I think it could potentially go even lower, and there could be better deals to get. I actually, if you can't tell, kind of look forward to these things happening. Corrections are inevitable in any market, and if you have been through it long enough, you have the practice to know that this is the time where people say to buy the dip, buy low and sell high. These are the dips. This is the opportunity to be entering the market, not leaving the market like everybody else is thinking about doing or actually doing, executing on selling at a loss. This is when you should be looking to buy in. Again, not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm no expert. This is just what I have seen in my 4 years in crypto. Bitcoin shrugs off everything. That's what I have come to learn. There have been millions of doomsday articles saying that the end of Bitcoin is here. The bubble has popped. It's all over. It's going to go down to below 1,000. I was reading an article today about why Bitcoin's going to go to below 1,000. Who knows if it will? But from what I have experienced, Bitcoin shrugs off everything, and this is the time where the market, which is out to get you, by the way, because you suck at Bitcoin, and so do I. And this is the opportunity where a lot of the money is going to be shrugged off, and a lot of the money is going to go into the hands of the few, of the rich. The people that already have the money, they're going to get more of it as they are executing and buying when it is lower. And again, trying to scare off a lot of newbie investors. But this is a really good opportunity for you if this is your first time in this space and you are freaking out right now. I understand that it's regardless of how much money you have in, you can always feel regret or feel remorse or feel fear about your investments, whether it's you've only invested $10 or you've invested 10,000 or whatever your kind of budget is. This is a really good opportunity to check yourself to see if you are investing too much into crypto, because if this is scaring you and kind of ruining your life at the moment or making you go crazy or ruining other aspects of your life, maybe you have too much invested for sure. And to always be really careful of that, to not have too much invested that you're willing to lose outright. If this all went to zero, would it greatly affect your life? If it would be very bad for you, if you lost all this money, definitely rethink how much you're putting into this, or come up with a better game plan of cost averaging in over a long period of time with money that you can afford to lose. I also know that if you've been in crypto for quite some time, sometimes the money that you put in isn't that much, but it grows to an amount that is life-changing money, or money that if that money went to zero, then you'd be screwed, or you would just feel utterly utterly just sad. That is definitely an opportunity for you to take profits and take it completely out of crypto if need be. It's always okay to take money to have a positive experience, a positive investment, and to take profits. But times like this, things can go way down from here. So it's important to definitely check yourself, see if you're investing too much money in, and really analyze your thought process as well. Write down how you're feeling, especially when you make a trade. If you did sell, what were you feeling? Write that down so you can keep track of it, so that when this happens inevitably again, or when it goes up from here or down from here, whatever, you can look back and see how you felt and see what actions you took, and then evaluate whether that was a good decision or a bad decision, so that you can start to mitigate those bad decisions moving forward as you continue to grow. Now, this is also a good opportunity for you to check your portfolio as well, to see how diversified you are, to see if you have too much invested in altcoins, and especially if you are very highly altcoin invested, or you have been investing in the ones that have gone crazy and you have seen great returns and now they're all wiped away. That's a really good opportunity for you to see if you are too highly invested in these kind of speculative smaller cap coins, or if you need to kind of diversify and have more of the big guys like Bitcoin, which is you can see when Bitcoin goes down, the whole market goes down, and usually the other altcoins go down even more, a higher percentage. So while it's fun to chase some of these crazy profits that people have been seeing, you can also see that, on days like today, those are the biggest losers. And it might be nice, again, not financial advice, but for you to think about diversifying. So instead of chasing these short-term, crazy big wins, maybe think about longer-term, slower wins that will be a little less volatile for you. So that's all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to, again, give you some encouragement. I know that, like with these news articles, they're all negative. Everybody that has been standing on the sidelines that maybe told you not to get into crypto are now telling you, see, I told you so. You shouldn't have been in there. Perhaps those people have not done any research and don't know what the blockchain technology is attempting to do, what Bitcoin and all of these projects are attempting to do to better the world or to solve actual problems. So it's easy for them to stand on the sidelines because they are perhaps rooting against crypto too, because they feel like they're missing out. This is the opportunity where they're going to tell you, I told you so. All the news is going to say bad things, and it's going to be really easy to pull that trigger and exit. So this is a really good opportunity for you to practice patience. Perhaps delete your Blockfolio app on your phone. Stop checking the prices. Stop going crazy. Stop looking for news articles to justify why the price is going down and why you should get out of it. And just practice patience and hodl. Just hold, just hang on crazy volatile days like today, whether coins are going up or down. It's usually a good idea to just sit on the sidelines and do nothing with your portfolio. Don't make any crazy decisions, but always keep track of how you're feeling, and any decisions that you do make sure you write them down and keep track of them. But this is not going to be the first time that you're going to wake up and experience this kind of a feeling. This might last more than one day. We might not see the prices go back up for a few days or even a month. There was a time where there was a 2-year bear market. So just prepare yourself for that kind of a thing. And if it's too much money, if you're going crazy checking things or just regretting every decision you've ever made when it comes to crypto, regretting getting into it, definitely check to see how much you're putting in, what percentage of your actual money that you need in fiat that you have into crypto, and just be really careful. Again, this is not the end of the world. I'm maybe sadistic, but I love when opportunities like this come up because it gives people an opportunity to get it back, to buy in at lower prices, to jump into this sphere and get really good deals. Again, not financial advice, but just do your research and be patient and hang in there. It's going to be okay, I promise. And always remember that you do suck at Bitcoin, but that doesn't mean that we can't make a ton of money together. So just hang in there, guys, and we will see you tomorrow.